Oh, set it up by the time my door went to them pads going the red to Sean, boy. Oh man, I'm just riding listening to music. Yeah, man. Who Shiesty finna get ready to play? Brr, brr, brr. Hey, hey, hey. Just riding. Hey, y'all see my picture? That's that new summer body. You know what I'm saying? That silicone muscles. You can order that picture right there, what you just see. You can order that bodysuit for $491. It costs less than actually putting in the time lifting weights and stuff. You know, so why work hard when you can just pay for it? Got money, pay for it. Brr. Yeah, man. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, man. I'm just riding. Like I said, just had that little picture up. People, look at that. Like I said, I seen that on internet, man, for 490. I think it was like 491. The fake bodysuit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta work hard for your muscles. You can go ahead and just buy it. It's funny though. But yeah, man, when it come down to it, just everybody need to get stuff together, man. Like putting it out. You ain't gotta go buy a body like that if you just take the time and work at it. It's a lot of people ain't putting no energy in that, man. So it's like, what you expect to get out of it? You know, that's like the whole thing when people losing weight. You know, you got to put in the time. And hey, for instance, like you, man, I see people growing their channel and stuff in this YouTube space. You got to put some time in, man. You got to dedicate yourself to the work. You got to actually, just keep at it. It's hard. No, everybody wants to be an overnight sensation, man. It's not really that feasible for everybody to be an overnight sensation because, hey, everybody can't hold that title in that position. Some people gotta, start at the bottom. Started from the bottom, now we're here. When it come down to it, a lot of us ain't be able to get that moment. To the degree when it come down to it, just keep working hard at it and go for the crown. If you make it, you make it. If you don't, hey, still get motivated to keep doing these videos, man. Like I say, when I drop these videos, man, the views they go up and down, the likes go up and down. But in the end, I'm trying to get a related message, man. Because in the end, hey, it's up to you. What you want to make out of this? You know, how do you want to actually, set the standard? Your channel can be big by more, by more work you put in. Stay small, just mediocre, ain't really got no dedicated time. Do research to it, man. For all the people that want to have their channel big, even followers, doing Instagram. I know people don't do Facebook no more too much, but Twitter and all that stuff, man, you gotta put in some time with that. You know, to be an influencer, you gotta have the numbers. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people not understanding. Being steady runs the race, man. You gotta stay at it. Even when you ain't got nothing but one or two viewers, popping up. That's I always, that's why I say I coined the name Read Here, because when it come down to it, most of the time, man, a lot of people upcoming new into these chats, they don't have too many people coming over there looking at their videos. So my thing is this: whether you have one person or 10,000, you always got to, have that mindset, and that's why I always say we here, man. There's a lot of people I go support their channels. They have a few people in there. The bigger channels, I show love to them every once in a while, but it's more or less to the smaller channels, man. That struggle is real, man, because you feel like you're doing it for nothing. In the end, nobody's really coming to watch your videos. You know, you really, not really doing it big, to a degree. A lot of people want to, have that notoriety and be famous. But the thing is, you got to put in that work. That's why I tell guys, y'all got to get in there and put in the work. The ladies too, you want that summer body, you got to put in the work for it. Dudes, you want to get fit, you got to put in the work for it. Everybody want that instant gratification, man. I do a little bit, I want a whole lot. You know, and dealing with kids, man. Like I tell people, I have twin boys, man, and to a degree, them boys are so opposite, man. One of them got a kind heart, the other one, man, he ruthless and cold. You know, one wants to save the world. The other one, man, he's not really so much selfish, but he got the mindset of thinking about himself first before he think about others. You know, and to the degree, dealing with the kids, that's when you start developing, homing in on skills. Because it's one thing to you be raised by your parents, and another thing for you to set into that, mindset of, trying to fix things and put things into play. It's just like a toy that's broken. Get some glue and fix it. Do some patchwork, because there's really no guide. And I always watch this show, um, Belief in Fatherhood. I think it's Belief in Fatherhood, and the guy has four kids. Great show. He got one daughter, three boys, and he always talks about the adversities and being a father, and different things you go through, the joy, the pain. And I gotta edit this video back because I was doing a short from one of the videos that he had dropped about he had wrote him a message in one of his videos saying that there was like, I think 19, no, what was, because he was 19, I think this guy's like 21, and basically the guy wanted to take his life. And the guy was saying that his videos give him joy to the extent to where he actually wish he would have found him earlier. But the point, that's what gives him joy, to have hope, to say that I might get married one day. you know. And the crazy part, a lot of people don't understand how ruthless it is out here, man. And people play on your emotions, from the women, from the dudes trying to get over on you just to, get money out you, or trying to, just be a certain way. And it's to an extent, man, to where it's like, you know, sometimes, man, these guys bring joy to the lives of, people that they can't really see, and really no fathers, man. How many guys I always say, man, you looked at the Cosby Show and tried to be more like that, or when I grow up, I was gonna be like Uncle Phil, have me a lot of money and do this and things with my kids, you know, because to a degree, most of the guys that was their father image, TV dads, and now we see all this stuff that's coming up. Like, what are the images that our kids gonna be having if we're not in the kids' life, you know? And to the degree, we always know that we have these issues with the women, but that doesn't take away from a man, who's standing on purpose. He's gonna take care of his kid regardless. Right now they can throw thousands of men on child support, but to a degree, you're gonna. There's no question that you ain't gonna say something about it. But the point of it is, you still know you have responsibilities and you got to handle them. And the laws only gonna change when we start developing, this will kinsmanship towards each other. You know, stop going at each other, man. Stop having like, these infightings and stuff. To a degree, calm it down. We ain't gotta be kumbaya, all this and that. But like I say, to a degree, man, we gotta hold it down for each other. You know, and that's the biggest issue we keep facing. within the community and for ourselves, man. Not having this whole thing to where everybody work with each other. Yeah, man. Hey, man, that's like the most craziest thing, man. You falling up under umbrella that if you're not giving to the church, I mean, being honest to a degree, and I like I said, my granddad is a pastor, so cold heartedly, man. Most of them pastors, came from the street, whether the pimping game, for the most part, very intellectual guys, and I was at this church one time, and it was just something about the pastor where I couldn't put my finger on it. I was like, it's just something about him. But one day he fooled around, and he said that um, when it came down to it, he was a con artist, and it clicked in me right when he said it. He said, "I never stole from anybody, but it was a more like I convinced you to give me your money." And I'm looking around at the church, and I'm like, so all y'all hear this and y'all clapping, when he said, but he changed his way. The thing was, the hustle changed. The hustle changed. His mom was a pastor. He was a PK. And we all know that most of them PKs are bad, But the thing of it was, the hustle changed. He stopped from, hanging in the street trying to swindle people. You know, he let them have that choice, but he still had that same time and that same mindset to get money. Like, dude was walking around with a Louis Vuitton briefcase. He said it was on sale. Anything Louis Vuitton on sale is still high. It was like 10%, 15% maybe. Anything other than that, you ain't getting 20% off at no Louis, so nothing like that. I mean, to a degree, they actually throw more stuff away than they burn and just throw it away versus trying to discount it because that brings out the value of their brand. You know, because if that was the case, everybody can afford Louis Vuitton. That's why Louis has a name for being elite products and also having the brands that follow with it. So to a degree, man, you gotta really have an understanding. You know, and like I say, this just a ride, man. Just was laughing about that picture I found, and I was just thinking about guys in these spaces, man. And it was funny to a degree because I'm like, dang, like you can literally buy a body right now. You know, like put the suit on, walk around all swole. You know, imposter. And it goes back to the guidance. Like nobody wants to work hard, putting in that hard work, dedication, and making things work. They want things easy, man. Easy in life. You know, why work hard? You just make the money and pay for it. You know, that's why I say to the degree if you want a wife, why get the best choice or the best option for yourself? You just go pay for one. But then the understanding when you pay for it, you get what you get. You know, so that's why I was like, it just come to a degree, man. We got to have an understanding for ourselves, man. Like, what do we really want? What do we want to do? Do we want to get married? If you don't want to get married, it's okay. Just do your thing. You know. But the thing is, like I keep saying, can't get mad at the results, man. More than less, I look at more men wanting to get married than women because of the mindset in which being pushed on the women. You know, and like I said, I try to stay away from the gender topics now because it's so fluent in the space, man, and to a degree, if I'm seeing stuff that's actually helping and pushing in a certain way, I'm gonna promote that all day 100. And I try to, but it's like when it come down to it, I always say this: these women ain't gonna change unless they, something drastic happens or they just need saving. Other than that, man, you gotta let them live. Like the young Joey say, let them hold in peace, cause they ain't for you. They for the streets. I'm not trying to change, women's mind, cause they've already made it. We can, influence a nation to a degree, but you got to be willing to accept whatever the influence is given to you. And that's the thing. Most people are thirst for that knowledge to where they want to be better, they want to do better. But when it comes down to it, it's up to you. You know, Shout out Dr. Dunbar. Like I say, I always talk about that knowledge itself. You know who you are. There's so many people want to get into certain relationships, want to do certain things, and to a degree, it's just crazy, man. Like, try, do better. You know, Nothing is perfect, man. To a degree, man. You can have the best job, and you're not married. You still gonna be missing. End up finding his wife, and he's at peace right now. And that's the thing with most guys. They just really want to be at peace, man. Just want to have your family. No problem. Just be at peace with life, man. Take care of your family. Do your thing with no issue. You know. But that's the thing with great power comes great responsibility. We've heard that once you get what you want, you can't abuse it. You know. That's why I always say just be open, have the conversation. If something going on in a relationship, be open to talk about it. You might get a hall pass or not. I mean, that's on the woman you deal with. But to a degree, have the conversation. Be open about it. Because, when it come down to it, sometimes it might be just a business deal. For the best interest of the kids, you stay together. Both of y'all respect each other, but it's just, you probably fell out of love. And that's the thing. People change minds over time, and to the degree it's respectful. You get a woman that's vengeance, man, she'll try to take your kids to run off and go crazy. Then kind of shows on the reflection of you know people change. So I can honestly say, if that happened to me, I'd be shocked my wife did it, because she didn't have that in her. you know I seen from my past relationships and people she dealt with, it wasn't like that. So to a degree, if she changed and become that type of person, I'd be shocked. But my whole thing was to walk away from people like that. Don't even get involved in those type of people life, because you know I told you guys, like, when it came down to it, that was gonna be the worst thing for me to do, was bring one of them little hot girls home to my grandma, and she look at her and be like, "You already know what she gonna do to you." You know, I was on a podcast last night, and we just having fun, just talking junk, man, and you know, she was talking about the difference of courting and dating. To a degree, like I was telling the lady that hosts the panel, Ty, I was like, well, when it comes down to it, you literally have to have that discussion. When you get into the relationship, like, look, we trying to see if both of us are fit for each other. So, everything's open. You know, we not exclusive yet. So just let them know, you know, because she had one where the dude called a chick, and no, I think the dude had contacted the chick online because he had the chick number or something. And She found out that, well, somehow I was back and forth with the story, but somehow the dude found out that she was messing with another guy, and he got in his feelings and was like, lose my number and everything. I see why you ain't to a degree, that should be understood from the jump. If you meet a chick and you go out on the first date with her, y'all not exclusive. Y'all don't even know each other. Unless you set that standard when you talk to her. See, that's the issue with the courting process, and it was always understood to a degree. If you're not married, that's not cheating, you know. And it kind of got misconstrued over time. But even if we're going with the misconstrued, virgin, let me know. You know, tell me all this stuff to be true or false. And that's like one of the biggest things that we gotta have in the community is having a talk. Nobody's talking and dealing with things. We just reacting straight off the rip. That I do that. Yeah, man. And when it come down to it, like, what are we actually doing in these relationships? You know, quick to get in just to have sex, or like, what's the main objective? What's the main mode, man? Because if you literally want a family, look at the chicks who you dealing with, man, and just potentially see if that. I mean, if you just wild and not having fun, just let it be known. Tell the chick, because 9 times out of 10, most chicks they ain't trying to get in no serious relationship. I got a little cousin, man. She like 18 years old. She hardly even date dudes because she say they clingy. She's like a lot of dudes be all emotional, wanna call you and text you. Not even on some stalker. You better not mess with nobody stuff, but you know, to the degree that all they want to do is be around the person all the time, and she get irritated with that, you know, and that's crazy, for a female to say that. You would think that it'll be a dude saying that, you know. And I was talking to my aunt. She was like, "Yeah, like she different," and I'm laughing, because she probably catch up with her and sit down, talk with her a lot. But we had like little conversations and stuff, just picking a brain. And I'm like, she do move a little different, but I see the little aggression she have for herself too. And when it come down to it, man, hey man, hey man, that was my pocket, man. That wasn't me, Joe. I was on Dr. Dunbar channel, man. I had put my phone down and it just started pocket dialing, man. I mean, hitting that screen, and I was like, man, I looked up. I was like, oh man, I don't, I don't block J Monday. He was like, hey man, I'll be right back. I'm like, I don't block this man. But yeah, man, when it come down to it, you gotta have a just basic clarity of yourself, man. Figure some things out. That's why I keep saying, sometimes you might be in a relationship. It might be better for you not to, get in another relationship, man, just to, stay to yourself, man, figure some things out, you know. Because, I mean, we always hear this from the chicks always saying they keep picking the same dudes and all this stuff. But I'm like, when it comes to the guys as well, man, we gotta stand up for ourselves too, man. Can't keep, being out here being reckless and be like, man, ain't no good chicks out here. I mean, it's the company you keep, man. Yeah, man, it's the company you keep, man. You can't deal in those circles and think you're gonna get a different result, man. And that's what I just be looking at, man. People, we, I mean, even myself, man, I had issues, dealing with certain chicks, and to a degree, it's like like I said, I just had to cut certain people off, man, because I wasn't seeing no good results, you know. Even when dealing with family and friends trying to hook you up, sometimes they try to have your best interest, but they really don't know that person deeply. They know the outer layer because we all have a representation of ourselves, and we always put our best foot forward to make us look more exclusive than we really are. So to a degree, I mean, if you know somebody for 10 years, do you really know them fully? And I had a couple of those situations where I was dealing with chicks from women and dudes I'm like, bruh, like I'm good, man. Yeah, so we gotta have an understanding, man. Oh shit, they're still trying to take some back. But like I say, when it comes to the money, man, my motto, man, get you some money, work a little harder, man, provide for yourself. And see, that's the thing we gotta start back doing, man. Being more hands on, picking up some trades. E- Even to the degree if you're not doing the work, learn something about it. You know how many men don't even know about cars? I mean, I seen a video where a woman was changing the tire. And the dude was like, I don't know how to change tire. I never changed a tire. That same thing with my son. I had him outside changing his sister's tire in the car. And he was like, I don't know how to do this. I said, figure it out. Set him out there, gave him his phone. He looked at it on YouTube how to do it. Then I came back out. I said, okay, you good. So let me go on out here and check it out, make sure everything okay. Yeah, man. Hey, man. But and it's funny because to a degree, I'm gonna answer this. It's funny to a degree because their nice is not your version of nice, and some people try to hook people up. Don't get me wrong. Um, I had one of my homeboys try to hook me up one of their cousins, and they people found out I was trying to the dude trying to hook me up with her, and they came to me and the dude and was like, man, you don't lost your mind, man. The world. Why you trying to hook this person up with this person? They're not even from the same world. And I was crying. I'm like, whoa, what I get myself into? And to the degree that was right, 100%. And the dude was like, man, my bad, man. I don't really hang with them no more like that. And to the degree I knew that they was a good person, and I was just really trying to hook them up with somebody. And, I laughed it off because ain't no biggie. That to a degree you wanna help out people. Even females do that. They know that they friend ain't so tight, but they know they friend needs somebody to stop being around them so much. So that's the funny part about it, man. But yeah, when it come down to it, man, it's like those type of relationships kind of be the worst because it's like you didn't know I didn't like this type of like you always around me, you know. And it's to the degree like I tell women, they be like, "Hey man, you got friends?" I'm like, "Yeah, but they ain't like me. I'm just gonna save your time, you know. I ain't trying to put nobody in a relationship, try to play matchmaker. My wife she was doing that crap one time, trying to tell me about that junk. Talking about she hooked somebody up and they was a good couple. The next thing you know, they broke up, and I was like, "Oh man, you the world's best matchmaker." You know, they ended up breaking up in like a year or so. Like, you need to get a recommendation. And she's like, "Oh, leave me alone. They was working. I don't know what happened." I say, "That's the point. Stop trying to hook people up. You know, stop trying to give advice to people. Your advice might be okay, but it's not the one ought to be. It's not the best. You know." Yeah. And the rest was history, man. That's the cop out. That is the cop out, man. And I mean, it's funny because you kind of meet interesting people, and they already married, and that was a big thing with me meeting real nice people that I can see myself being with. They already had somebody. They were either married or they were in a relationship, and they was like it was going well. I didn't push the envelope. I just asked about it and went forward from there. But the thing of it is, that's what happens to a degree. It's like, hey, man, Like going through this stuff time and time and time again. Oh, what's going on? Who is this? He say or she say from the Harris family? What's going on? What's going on, fam? But like I say, it to a degree, everybody out here trying to work with each other, trying to establish, themselves in relation, and on both ends. Steve Harvey, man, he got this going on, bro. So Steve, he be throwing out all this stuff, man, trying to, more or less help the women and shame the men. And to a degree, man, see, like even the information I was talking about when he put out that he was gonna so called leave his kids 50,000, and he was only gonna what was it, do spend 85% of his money. He was gonna spend 85% of his money, and the rest of the money was gonna go towards the kids, about 50,000. I think about 9 kids or so. And I'm like, man, dude, you ain't doing that. Stop lying. That's even like what Bill Gates. I can see Bill Gates doing that, leaving only 10% to his kids. The guy's like what, hundreds of millions, probably billions, and him leaving 10% out of let's say 10% out of 100 billion. You know, and then you figure looking at with Bill Gates, he's leaving shares in the company for his kids. That's like with Bezos. Bezos divorced his wife. Man, he gave his wife percentage in Amazon, and he gave her money. But the thing of it was, if he was to give her what she wanted out of that, it would be like an embarrassment to the culture dealing with all the men that really got money, and he just giving up money like that to his wife. That's why he gave it shares in the shares in the company grow. I mean, the stock in the company grows. That's your money all the way tenfold. Like literally, that stock option shares, you can make money in that versus just, what I'm saying, getting that cash up front. That's the deal what a lot of these players did when they first got in, dealing with basketball and these shoe deals. IBM was trying to, I forgot the guy who IBM was trying to promote and wanted him to, promote them when he was a basketball player. He wanted the money up front. You know, all these guys are trying to take the cash up front because they didn't know that these companies were going to blow up like that. You know, I was looking at a video of a guy, he was telling people back in 2013, a YouTuber was telling people back in 2013, when Bitcoin was $1. He said, man, just buy as much as you can and just sit on it for 10 years. And that was in 2013. He didn't even get to the 10-year mark. And this guy made millions upon millions. You know, he seen this was an opportunity. That's what the whole thing when I watch Real Deal Financial, is try to find a loophole. See if there's some business out there we can tap into and get in, family wise, man. Like I say, when it comes to the money, my thing is hitting that life insurance as well, but I want these other passive incomes, man. Looking at fixing houses, wholesaling, taxing, stuff like that. Looking at, where I'm gonna put my money if I'm gonna put it in the market. Do I want to invest in crypto? Stuff like that. If we spend more time, I mean, it's cool being entertained on YouTube. I never have a problem with being. There's so many channels on being entertained. But where's the knowledge you gaining to actually, empower yourself to make yourself better? Because when it comes down to it, we can literally all say that we've we damn near seen pretty much all the funny videos. Damn near all of us have seen similar or if not the same videos throughout these spaces because we're all being recommended, pretty much for the most part by the content we watch, the same music. I mean, the same videos and stuff like that. But I mean, dude, we gotta get some type of knowledge, too. We gotta do a little better with the knowledge, you know. Start looking at some stock videos. I keep pumping life insurance. If you don't know about it, look up some videos, man. Look up some wholesaling videos. Look up some stuff that's gonna actually make your life better. You know, change things. You know, put some extra money in your life. You know, I've been binge watching JT Hustle channel. You know, he has a lot of stuff, man. He's going in a different. There's different hacks that you can do from your phone, literally, man. Like surveys, dude. Most people be bored. I'm talking about literally. You can do about 5 surveys in a couple of hours, and get paid $25 a survey, 75 for some surveys. When they say we surveyed over 1,000 people and these are the results, you might be one of those people that answered the survey question. Literally Google these things on YouTube or look up YouTube videos on how to make money from your cell phone. The easiest way to deal with passive income. You know, like I said, I ain't all the way there. I'm in the same hustle with y'all. I'm out here still looking at videos. I ain't no millionaire. I go to work every day. I pay bills like everybody else. You know, I ain't at the struggle Olympics, but at the same time, it's just the point of getting by, and everything is decent right now. You know, and that's what we all gotta, look up these videos, man. Take the time. That's why I always pump Alonzo. Alonzo has so much great content for people to look at. And it's not just centered around life insurance for the most part. It's centered about financial advice because to the degree we don't know how to spend money. I mean, we don't know how to use money. We only know how to spend money. That's our biggest problem in the community. I think they just showed the report. We spent $1.6 trillion last year as a community, doubling what we spent the year before. What was it 19? What was it 20? In the year 2020, year 2021, we spent $1.6 trillion in our community. But they always say the numbers don't lie, right? We need to start getting more smart with our money, start investing, start saving. I mean, have assets that you can sell off to a degree. You got a car you can sell if you need money. You got certain things that people, even with trading cards, something that people want that you got that you're holding on. Jewelry, gold is always going to sell for the price. Make sure when you buying jewelry, see what the price of gold is. Have an understanding the price of gold, and when you're selling with the intent to where, if anything, I know I can sell this for the price of gold, not just the necklace. You're selling for the price of gold, so where you can retain some of that money back. But like always, man, I'm moving and shaking, so I'm about to get ready to jump in here, drop some stuff, and I'm gonna be in these YouTube streets, man. See some people live and on. I'm just gonna be mobbing around. But to that extent, we here and we gone, man. We are gone.